Hey, 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 get off the fence if you want to supersize and grow your business. Now, I selected this weird black and white, kind of gray and fuzzy, unclear filter for a reason. Why? Because the most common way to behave for human beings, including businesses and business owners, is to be on the fence. Meaning, if this expression's been with us since the early 1800s, and it means to like straddle the fence. When I was a little girl, we had horses and ponies and corrals. So we sat on the fence, and when we waited for our turn to ride the ponies or the horses or do the rodeo, because we had rodeos when we were little girls, you'd sit on the fence with one leg on one side, one leg on the other. And that we were waiting for our turn. We were waiting for something, of course. Or it meant we were undecided if we were going to take a turn or not, if we were going to be in the rodeo. Or we just weren't making a decision or taking a stand one way or the other. We were on the fence. Now, have I lived a lot of my life on the fence and just kind of gone with the flow of what's happening around me in my life and in my businesses? Absolutely, positively. But once I learned that it's important to stand for what it is you believe in and be who you really are, to attract the people that you're here to serve in the world to you, versus having to always chase after them, run after them, spend a ton of money on advertising and other schemes and tricks to get people to do business with you and sell the living crap out of them. It's a lot easier and more fun to just be yourself and attract people to you. And you do that by taking a stand. And as I'm thinking about this, I see my little favorite poster here. And I know it's backwards. Sorry. I don't know how on my phone. I know how to do it on an iPhone, but I don't know how to do it on my Android to get the text the right direction. But what it says is, I would like to apologize to anyone I have not offended. Please be patient. I will get with you shortly. This reminds me, Jim Edwards is the first person I actually heard that expression from. And when I was in Texas visiting my mom, I saw that sign and I had to buy it. I'm moving, so I'm moving everything around. But that will definitely go in my new office, because I don't really mean to offend people, but I do mean to repel those of you that I don't want to work with, those of you that I should never work with. I do this in several ways. I show up in my pajamas, right? As a business owner. That repels a lot of people. But you know what? It only repels the people that I don't want to work with. I don't want to serve. Because people that can't see through the pajamas are a means to present the lifestyle that I choose to lead, meaning you can choose the lifestyle that you want to use to create your business. If you can't see that, if you don't get that, even after I've explained it 100 times, or mentioned it, then you won't be attracted. You won't think that I can help you or serve you in any way. So you won't choose to work with me, which is exactly what I want, right? We need to take a stand before becoming pajama grandma, or not becoming, because I've always been her. Before showing the world that I want to be an M pajama grandma, I didn't take a stand. I went through my corporate life. Now, I was pretty opinionated in my corporate life, so I think people that worked with me would probably say, the heck, you didn't take a stand. But I was a lot more politically correct. I was a lot more politic minded or cultural minded, depending on the industry and the business I was in and working with, than I have to be now running my own businesses. And as running my own businesses allows me the freedom to create the culture that I want. There are things that I choose on purpose to be on the fence about, because I think they're none of my business. Your personal lifestyle choices, whether you're a customer or not, are none of my business. What you choose to do with and whom, in what way, in your spare time or in your own time that doesn't impact our business, is none of my business. So I am on the fence about it. I don't have an opinion about it one way or another. And I guess I'll share an example of this. I have a friend from one of the businesses I worked with that is transgender. Now, I only ever knew her as a woman, so maybe it was easier for me than the people that she'd worked with in this organization for 25 years. She'd been in the same job, same organization for 25 years, and had made the gender transition during that time period. Was still married to her wife, amazingly brave woman. I didn't care one bit about the fact that she's transgender. It doesn't matter. It didn't affect her job. She did an incredible job. She was very competent, amazing manager and leader in her organization, as part of the organization I was in. And I was on the fence about it. And people would, ask me, oh, how can you be friends with this person's name? And I'm like, I love her. She's an amazing human being, an amazing person. What are you talking about? And I just didn't see it or get it. I didn't see what people's hang up was about that. And I think there's some things like that we be on the fence about because it's none of our business and it doesn't matter. It doesn't impact, okay, maybe if being a woman, it gives me this perspective, but it doesn't matter if I'm a woman or not. I've been in male-dominated industries my entire life, my entire career. It doesn't matter that I'm a woman. I'm just as capable of doing the job as any man. Put me up next to any man that does the same thing I do, and I guarantee I can hold my own. But being on the fence it won't kill your business per se, but it can. It will definitely not allow you to expand and grow and explode and supersize like you probably want to if you're listening to me. You need to take a stand about the things that are important for your customers. You need to be an advocate for them. And that involves not necessarily sitting on the fence and being wishy-washy milk toast all the time. I love that expression, milk toast. Milk toast or mush puppy. You have to take a stand. Now we take a stand for our ideal clients and customers, supporting them and helping them to solve their problems and create the lives that they want, which in turn allows us to create the life that we want. Sitting on the fence, sometimes there's things I personally believe that you should sit on the fence about. In this day and age of social media, we have seen companies overnight be lifted and supersized or destroyed and devastated because the CEO or someone, the leader of that organization, took a stand either verbally or with their actions that actually, caused them huge problems and huge damage. The CEO that takes a political stand for or against a president. Yes, if all you want to attract is one political party and that's how you're going to niche down, go ahead, do that. If that's your core beliefs and what you want to do, but know that you're alienating a huge part of the population. So really cognizantly decide, am I going to take a stand on things like religion or politics because that's part of what I want to create for my organization? Or am I not going to? I personally made that decision a long, long time ago, like over 2 decades ago, and actually all my career, that I would not take a stand on politics or religion because everybody else's politics and religion, it's none of my business. It has nothing to do with my life. Everybody can have their own opinion and do what's right for them, and it doesn't have any negative impact on me unless I choose to let it. So, what are you on the fence about? What do you think you could and should take a stand about for your customers? Do that today and see what kind of a positive impact it has on your business. That's it. Well, make it an awesome day, and I'll, of course, see you tomorrow.